Hey everybody, today we'll be taking a look at Razzia, which is a reteaming of Ra designed by Reiner Knizia. It's an auction game with a push your luck element. In this tiny box you get a big deck of cards with booty for which you will be bidding, and there are also police cards or cop cards in the deck. You get a big pile of checks which are cardboard and have different values ranging from 1000 to 16,000, and you get the world's smallest game board. Setup is really easy, just put out the tiny game board, shuffle the deck of cards and divide it in two piles of equal size and put it next to the game board, and then you distribute the checks among the players. You just take the tiny rule book, it's in German but that doesn't matter, my version. And there you can see how you have to distribute the checks. In a 3-player game every person will get 4 checks, and in a 4 and 5-player game every player will get 3 checks. Then the last check of the value 1000 gets placed there and the game can start. On a player's turn he has 3 options to choose from. Option 1 is just flip a card from either pile he can choose, like so. And when it's booty like this, nothing happens. If a player flips a card and it's the police, he gets placed there and an auction round starts. Auction rounds are very straightforward. You either bid one of your checks or you pass. Highest bidder wins. When you win, you get all the booty that was available that round. And you get this check right here. It gets you place it in front of you face down, like so, and the check you used to win the auction gets placed right there, and then play continues. That's option 1, so just flipping a card. If it's booty, nothing happens. If it's a cop card, an auction starts. Another option you have on your turn is use a thief. So let's say I've won in a previous auction this thief card. On my turn I can use him, and how do you use him? You just discard him and you can steal one of the cards available at that time for in the booty pile. So I can use my thief and just steal this one. Play continues. So that's your second option. Option number 3 is declaring the start of an auction. So let's say this is my turn. Instead of flipping a card or using a thief, I just say I declare an auction. When declaring an auction, it just works the same way as when you draw a cup, except when you draw a cup, everybody can pass and play continues. If you start an auction, you must place a bid if everybody else passes. So if I declare the start of an auction, everybody passes, I have to place a bid, and then I get this and this one, and I place my check that I used in its place. So that's how the game plays. 3 options every turn. You play until there are 7 cups, like so. When somebody draws the 7th cup, the round ends, even if there is, so let's say it's this situation, I draw the 7th cup, the round is over, so all this booty just get discarded. It's not up for auction. And even if you have several checks left, so let's say I have used 2 of my checks but I had still 2 checks face up, they are just useless. You flip your other checks and the next round starts. The cups also go away and the next round starts with this. And there's also scoring for first. For scoring you get this little cards, and scoring is really neat because all the cards score in different ways. Like for purple the fewest get -2, the most gets 5. For red you need different sets of kinds. For the green ones you need a chauffeur for the cars to score, and so on. I'm not gonna run through all of this. And after the third round there's also final scoring where the brown cards score, and you look at your remaining checks, so they also score at the end of the game. And that's how the game plays. 3 rounds, which always end when the 7th cup appears, and after every round there's scoring. After the third round there's extra scoring. Player with the most points wins. Alright, so first off, I really like this game. It's a very neat auction game with a cool push your luck elements, because you never know when a cup is coming out, and when that 7 cup gets there, it's over. You might get stuck with several checks unused. There's also a fun tactic in when are you gonna start a bidding round, because you can see all the players' checks. So let's say a player has already used his low checks and has still 2 big ones available. It's fun to then just start an auction all the time when there's just a couple booty tiles. So you force him to use a big check for just a small booty, or you just get the booty very easily. So that's also something very fun. Even if you have 4 low checks, you can still get several booties by just starting an auction at the right time. The way the types of booty is scored is also very clever. I really like it. For example, with green, you need a driver for the cars to score. You need sets of the red ones. With the bodyguards, it's just the person with the most gets points, and with the least gets minus. So they all score in different ways, which is really clever and cool. I also really like the mechanic where you're not only bidding for the booty but also for this check right here. So you're always determining which checks you will get for the next round, which is a really interesting mechanic. I must compare this game to Ra, because it's a re-theme of Ra. There are a few differences. First off, Ra uses tiles instead of the tiny cards you get in Razzia, which is just personal preference. The card distribution is also a little bit different in Razzia, but there isn't much of a difference in that aspect. The real difference is Ra has disaster cards, which Razzia doesn't. They are just left out in this game. Now, what do these disaster cards do? Let's say this was a disaster card. Then if I won this booty and I had this disaster card, which make me discard, let's say 2 bodyguards or 2 drivers. There are several different ones. Now, I really don't mind that they are left out in this game, because I feel like they lessen your options. Because let's say this is a card that makes you discard 2 bodyguards, and I have a lot of bodyguards and another player doesn't have any, then this card doesn't hurt him, and I can't really outbid him on this. I just won't, because this bid is very painful for me and valuable to him. And just in Razzia it's already interesting enough. I feel like a bad disaster can really make it too easy for one player to get a booty. So I actually like that there are no disaster tiles in this. And furthermore, Razzia is a much better team. Ra is really pasted on. Here it kind of makes sense. We're mob bosses and we're bidding for different things we stole, for cars, bodyguards, businesses. And when the cops come in, we just gotta bail out. So it's not much of team, but at least it's some. In Ra, it's just really pasted on. Also, Razzia is much more portable. It's a small box. You can play this, you can easily take this anywhere. So actually I like this better than Ra, because it's more portable, better team, and I actually like it a bit better that there are no disaster tiles. But you know, that's my conclusion. I like this game, and even though Ra has got a better rating and ranking on BoardGameGeek, I prefer this version over the original. So that's my review. Any questions left, just post them, I will answer. See you guys later.